The thing that inspired me to join Avast is actually Avast's mission, to provide security for everybody, not just those people that can afford it. So I really believe that if we want security to succeed and everyone to adopt it, that it has to be made simple and seamless and approachable and accessible for everybody. And I feel like Avast is really trying to do that. It's not just talk the talk, but really walk the walk in this area. So this is for me enormously part of my core belief. But the second thing is the ability to do innovation, to have this actual network effect and to help all of these, hundreds of millions of users. This is a dream. This is definitely a difficult thing in my first 10 days, but you have to imagine that I've been very excited to start at Avast as the first CISO. So I think, what is the role of any security unit within a security organization? It's got to be to guard the guardians, to help the Avastians fight the good fight. You have to have like a sort of little ninja circle around them, making sure that they can do their tactical operations. And that's how I see the CISO organization, that we help the rest of Avast get on with business of securing the planet by making sure that we are secure. That the malicious forces who would use us to get to our customers, that those forces are held at bay by a good, strong security organization. The first and foremost thing we need to do as an objective is to make sure we deliver secure products and services to all of our customers. I think then the second thing we can do after that is to help drive innovation in security for Avast. So there's quite a bit of subject matter expertise within the team, and I'd like to make sure that that's deployed as far and as wide as possible. So I'm really excited about all things under the flag of quantum technologies, and that's everything from what we are going to promise with quantum computing, but also addressing the challenges that quantum computing brings us, and that is really dealing with the fact that our current crypto, the problems that it's based on, will probably be defeated once we have a quantum computer. So that means we've got to have new solutions for cryptography, for communications. Also, we have opportunities in not just the computing arena, which means that we can model all these really cool science problems and address them, but also like sensing in meteorology. We'll have super accurate clocks and GPS systems, and this will be a new sort of revolution, a quantum revolution. So a great question is how far in the future is everything around quantum? So this is a really good question because no one exactly knows. We're guesstimating anything between 5 years to 25 years to never. There are folks that say you'll have cold fusion before you have a quantum computer. So I think we are looking at either the government or Google or academia actually solving this, hopefully in the next 20 years. I think the biggest challenge we have in our digital age is actually combining all of the sources of information we have. So we've got experts in all of these amazing fields, but we're really bad at getting them together and actually aligning all of this cool knowledge for further advancement. So I think, if we do something really amazing like at Avast, it'll be looking for expertise in computer science and security and aligning that with all things artificial intelligence, for example. If we can get that done, these are, I think, the really true grand challenges that we have in our society. And combining those fields of study to create something new, that will be like the exponential difference we're looking for. I first started getting interested in computers and computer science when I think I was 9. No, I was even younger. We were learning how to program in my 3rd grade class in Flushing, Queens, in New York, in the United States. And I begged my parents for a Commodore 64, and I got one for Christmas. And my dad kept saying, wait for me to come home, I'll help you install and everything. And I couldn't wait. I did it all myself. I started programming, and a lot of it was autodidactic, but it was also really easy. I really enjoyed playing and you know, as a kid, you are less afraid to kind of do things like, what happens when I do this? What happens when I do this? And I think that experimental thing that I had as a child and that ability to try it out is what started my interest, but also kept it going. So I acknowledge that we have a huge gender imbalance in cybersecurity, but I think that it's already getting a lot better than it was when I started. I remember going to conferences like Black Hat and DEF CON and being one of the few women that were actually, you know, in terms of content in the field. And everyone else seemed to be hanging around the fringes. So it was a bit odd for me that wasn't more participation. I think we need to acknowledge that women need to take the lead. I mean, we're clearly capable, but I think the issue is allowing an environment where you already have like a balance of different types of STEM people. So you allow a great deal of diversity, not just the male, female, but the whole spectrum of diversity. And I think that that's something that we really need to do together in all areas of STEM and not just security. I have to be honest, I find it really difficult to keep myself up to date. I mean, I can spend hours, literally hours, we're talking like 3 to 4 hours in a row, completely lost in Twitter and, you know, just reading everything that I can get my hands on and all of this stuff. But I have the benefit of being in the faculty of Singularity University, and that is so cool because you meet other experts in their field, and it's such a privilege to be part of that because I'm probably the biggest fan of all these other speakers, and that's why I do things like SU, because I get to listen to everyone else. You know, it's hard to say how I take time for myself or switch off because I don't know that I really know how to do that anymore. So I'm either at the office or I'm at home with 3 children. So that's not really like time for yourself, but it's time that I really enjoy with my children because they are a great source of fun and inspiration to me. And I suppose the thing I love best is in the summers, I take my kids down to the beach. We go every single Sunday. And on Sundays, I just stare at the sea and drink cappuccinos while there's 3 little kids that look like penguins who wade in with their surfboards in the Netherlands into the water. And it's the most amazing thing. I don't know at the moment how much we work together interdepartmentally in terms of really kind of stretching our boundaries and, you know, looking for departments that are not our own and eating lunch and hanging out and brainstorming over new ideas and new potential. But this is one of the things that actually attracts me to Avast, where I think that like this kind of stuff, where you have all of these cool people in this one company, that's got to be the area for cool stuff to happen. If there's one message I'd like to pass on to Avastians about security, it's that I really believe, you know, at a security company, security should be in everybody's DNA. It should be part of our regular routine. It's just hygiene, and we should all be doing it. That being said, now that we have a security department that's dedicated to guarding the guardians, it doesn't mean that they are the only ones required to get the job done. We actually need everybody's help. We need everyone to make security integral to everything that we do, and only then will we be able to provide the best practice for our customers. Well, if there's one personal message, it's just that I'm really enthusiastic about working at Avast, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you and working together over the next couple of years to make Avast the best antivirus company on the planet.